Hey everybody, welcome back to another Halo Infinite video, and today we have another update for the game. We have some new stuff that will be happening in Halo real soon within Halo Infinite, including Big Team Battle, new additions to Ranked, and a bunch of other stuff. So let's get right into this. So first off, over on Halo Waypoint, they put out a new update that say, hey everyone, the team's been working hard to bring improvements to the game across the board. In this week's post, we'll be focusing on the recent Big Team Battle updates and touch on ranked matchmaking. Let's dive in. So first off, they talk about Big Team Battle. Yesterday, we released an update that focused on addressing the issues many of you were seeing in Big Team Battle. It's only been a day, but our data shows that matchmaking success rates have returned to normal. Combining that with community reports of smooth matchmaking, we're pretty confident in saying that Big Team Battle is back, and now better than ever. Along with this update, we've also managed to squeeze in 2 community-requested changes to Big Team Battle itself. When searching with a party, all members of your lobby will be marked appropriately as members of your fire team in the match. We know it's not ideal to end up in a different squad lineup, but for now, even if a player from your party doesn't show up into the intro camera lineup, they'll still appear as part of your fire team throughout the duration of the match. That's really good. I actually do love that change. That was, a gripe I had. You get into a full team, and you're playing with a bunch of your friends, you'll end up sometimes even on entirely all separate fire teams, which is kind of obnoxious because it's like, oh, what's the point of partying up when I'm going to be in a fire team with just randoms? I want to be in a fire team with the people I've partied up with. But yeah, this is at least a decent solution to that in the meantime. They say tank beats everything. We've updated the Pelican vehicle deliveries to drop tanks, the M808 Scorpions, and Wraiths earlier and more often in matches. So, okay. That should be an interesting change. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about this, though, because in my experience with this, what ends up happening is your team is absolutely getting stomped. You're playing CTF, the enemy team's just running through yours, and for some reason they end up getting a Scorpion or they end up getting a Wraith, but your team doesn't. So I'm like, bro, they're winning. How are they going to get a Wraith when they're winning? So I don't know. If they do this, I don't know, I would kind of hope that maybe at some point they would adjust it or something like that, do something to it, like try to reward a team that's, potentially losing in a match by giving them a vehicle like this or something like that. I don't know, just not make it so random where it's like the winning team ends up always getting a Scorpion or something like that. I think that's kind of cheese. They say there are a few other changes included in this update, which you can read about in the patch notes on the Halo support site. I'll have a link in that in the description. And next up is bot backfill difficulty. Next week, the bot backfill difficulty will be increased from Marine to ODST. This means that when a player leaves and gets replaced by a bot, that bot will now be at the ODST skill level. We hope these ODST bots can help your team out when they drop feet first into your matches. I think this is actually a very good change. Whenever somebody leaves and you get replaced with a bot, the bots are pretty much useless. I mean, especially if you get into basically a Slayer match or something like that, and you get replaced by a bot, the bot's just gonna be free kills for the enemy team. That's all it is. I would rather just not have that player than have a bot. But then in other matches, I'd rather have the bot, especially objective matches. If I'm playing an objective match like Strongholds or CTF, I would rather have a bot. That way it's more of an even fight. But in something where you're solely going for kills, no, I don't want bots because they absolutely suck. But now they're increasing the skill level of them essentially from Marine to ODST, so that's actually pretty good. So we'll see what that means. I mean, I've gotten killed by a bot, every now and again in the game, but generally the bots are pretty bad. So, I mean, if this means that bots are at least a little bit better, that'll be good. I mean, there's kind of a fine balance here. You don't want your bots too good where they just go around and they just absolutely smash everybody, where it's like, I'd rather have a bot on my team than an actual player. But at the same time, the bots are pretty much useless and just feed the enemy team. So it's like, okay, well, I think this, we'll see how it goes, but I think this is a step in the right direction. And next up, they talk about Ranked. So they say, we've been keeping a close eye on Ranked since launch. The team has been monitoring data, pairing that up with community reports and feedback, and has some updates that they'd like to go after during this season. Since we're going to make some improvements mid-season, we plan on resetting competitive skill ranks, or CSR. After implementing these updates and giving everyone a fresh start, we expect to see players get redistributed more accurately. As we get closer, we'll give everyone a heads up on exactly when they can expect all this to land. If you're close to that next rank, now's the time to go after it. We're hoping you've been enjoying these weekly updates. We'll see you online for some big team battle. That is interesting. So they're going to be resetting the ranks, essentially, is what it is. So I don't know. I mean, we're still, 85 days out from Season 2, so sometime between now and, mid-season, essentially. we're going to be getting an update to reset ranked, which I get that. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I feel like it'd be almost better to just wait and hold off until Season 2 before resetting ranked. So it's like, all right, Season 2, we're going to wipe all your ranks, and then, you know, now with Season 2, we're starting fresh or whatever with all these new changes. I don't know. I think it's kind of weird to reset that in the middle of a season, but, oh well. It is what it is, I guess. Also, going along with that, it's kind of interesting. There's been some posts over on the Halo subreddit recently where people are saying that ranked, like your MMR, gets tracked not just in ranked, that it also gets tracked in regular PvP, but also apparently in bot boot camp, which is interesting. Now, I don't fully understand the entire thing, so I'll try and link it down in the description if you guys are interested. But basically what they're saying is for people who like to hop into bot boot camp and like to try to like warm up in there, you know, get a couple games on their belt, get their aim all warmed up, everything all good, and then hop into some ranked and play some ranked, it apparently is negatively impacting you in that, and so that, you know, basically the game sees that you're doing really well in bot boot camp and you're just like smashing them because they're bots, you know, they're easy, that you're smashing them, and then it's going to put you in a ranked, and it's going to think that you're going to be able to do that same thing in ranked against real people, so it's going to essentially put you up against harder matches, which is definitely not a great thing, especially after, you know, playing against bots, because it's not a fair representation of your actual skill level. But I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I wonder if maybe some of these rank changes, if they're considering touching up on something like that too. That was something, like I said, I saw that on the Halo subreddit. I thought it was very interesting that it tracks stuff beyond just ranked. That, I don't know, I figure ranked would only track rank, you know, how your progress is doing in ranked. So if you're doing really well in ranked, then you get harder matches in ranked, but it has no correlation or no effect on anything that would be happening in just regular PvP, or especially in bot boot camp too. So I don't know, very interesting stuff, guys. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. But that's it. That is the latest update that they've shared for Halo Infinite. Some decent changes in here, you know, kind of looking forward to the future. But yeah, at least Big Team Battle is back now, and it is fully functional again. So that's great news. But that's it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.